Hey, Dave. I just wanted to ask you about Chrisrussell. Sorry, I wasn't here earlier this week. Is he going to be in the lineup tomorrow? Is that the plan?
He's been cleared to play, yeah. He's been cleared to play. We'll finalize our lineup in the morning, but he's had a good week of practice. He's involved in everything. The PK he was involved in today, so we'll talk to him after today, but he should be available tomorrow.
Does he bring a certain element that maybe you want to the lineup, just in terms of his willingness to block shots, that sort of thing?
Yeah, veteran smarts, willingness to block shots, the ability, the experience to manage games the right way, are all strengths of his. So if he's in tomorrow, we'll expect that from him.
And just kind of on that note, Evan Bouchard, kind of tough game against Ottawa over the weekend. How important is it important for you to have Evan on the ice with a veteran like a Chrisrussell or somebody like that? Is that something that...
I think Evan is past that a little bit now. Evan's, we've had him in the position of the veteran guy for a while this year, so he's, he's an established enough player. It's not, I don't worry about him, the partner. I think he's a good player, and if it happens to be a veteran guy with him, so be it, but I've got no problem playing with anybody.
Thanks.
So, Tip, it's no secret your number one goalie hasn't played much this year. He's been hurt a lot. And you've run other guys in. They've been coming and going. Is it, if the goalie is an important part of defensive structure and PK and all those things, how difficult has it been to sort of install the defensive system you want when you have a revolving door back in goal?
Well, there's two ways to look at it. If we play better defensively in front of the goaltender, it gives the goaltender a better chance to be successful. And then the goaltender makes some saves, it makes the players in front of them better. So it's that balance you're looking for all the time. And we've really dug into some defensive stuff here this week that we think that will help us going into tomorrow's game. And we've talked about it between forwards, defensemen, goaltenders. Everybody's got to do a better job. And we're hoping for better results tomorrow night.
This first goal of the game thing, I know that as a coach you said before, you can't put too much emphasis on it in case it happens, and you can't, that's not the way to coach, but it's clearly a bit of an issue here, 22 times in 26.
Well,
how do you approach it?
It's been talked about, but you've got to make sure you balance it both ways. Like, you look at the last game, we gave up the first goal, but I think the scoring chances in the first period was even. The scoring chances in the period ended up 11-3 for us. Right, so we gave up the first goal. We feel like we're playing well. We're tied after one. Let's go. So you can't let it demoralize you, but anybody will tell you you're better. It's easier to play when you're ahead. That's what we strive for every night.
Thank you.
Why was Brendan Perlini not on the ice today?
He hobbled a little bit yesterday. He's not ruled out of tomorrow yet, but we just kept him off today. He's got some treatment and did some work in the gym today.
All right, and I mean, frustrating for him, but obviously opportunities for other guys. And it seems like, so you got some, oddly enough, you got some depth goals on Saturday, and some of the names that we expect weren't up there. Is that just kind of more of an indication that it's, you guys just aren't quite finding the bullseye lately with everything?
We'll take them for anywhere we can get them right now. Try to keep them out of our net, and whoever wants to chip in with goals, we're all for that.
Dave, Kyle Yamamoto is getting a look with McDavid. Yep. In the last 7 games, he's had 7 points. Now, stats tell you one thing. Are you seeing anything different from his game in the last 7 days? Well,
he's capitalized on some opportunities, which is good, but he's back there. He's got his tenacious part of his game back. He's making some plays. He's involved in the play a lot more. So his game is trending the right way.
I know when he was struggling, you mentioned that Leon was very positive about playing with a guy like Yamamoto. He loves playing with them. Yeah. What is it about him that his teammates love playing with him?
Keeps plays alive. He makes little plays and he keeps plays alive, keeps pucks alive, right? And takes care of the puck real well. I mean, he makes those little plays to keep the things going, whether it be, a 5-foot pass just to relieve some pressure, or gets to a guy and uses his body to make the puck available for somebody else. So he's one of those guys. He has just a knack about him. The play very rarely dies with him. He keeps things going, and you get players like McDavid and Draisaitl. They like that.
Thank you.
Is anybody? Weird to ask if, the highest scoring team coming to town is maybe the best thing for you guys right now, but Florida's going to get your full attention. I would imagine all the guys are going to be very locked into not getting embarrassed out there. So is this?
I mentioned it yesterday. It shouldn't matter who's coming in here right now. We got our full attention on everything. So you recognize your opponent, you recognize their strengths, their weaknesses, but we got to worry about what we're doing here. But that being said, you got to recognize who you're playing against and what their strengths are, and you got to try to nullify those. So it's not like every other game. You got a good team coming in, and we got to prepare accordingly.
I imagine confidence isn't at an all-time high with 2 wins in 14 games. How do you kind of some way elevate the mood and the confidence and the positive vibes in the dressing room when you have to, you don't get a lot of opportunities to play your way out of it because you're not playing any games?
Yeah, well, it'd be good to get into a rhythm of some games now. I think that's key for us to get into a rhythm of some games. But our guys have been good spirits all week. We've worked hard. They've competed hard in practice. We're trying to elevate our game to the place where we can improve and hopefully get better results. So it's, I would say the lack of games is in some ways we had some good practice time, but in other ways we got to start getting into some rhythm, some games here, see if we can get some results, and that confidence gets earned back, not just given to you.